Whenever you're ready.
Good morning, my name is Diamond Frazier.
My name is Taylor Hall.
I'm Libby Shannon.
My name is Ben Waller.
And I'm Michael. We are Post Jobs. We are an online job board that allows local employers to post job listings and high school students to search for a job. Meet John Smith. John Smith manages the KEEP program and is in charge of hiring new employees. Every year he's stuck with asking the same question: how can I get new employees fast? Now, it's a Monday morning and he checks his email when an ad pops up for a company named Post Jobs. He clicks on the ad and scrolls through the website and decides to sign up. Now meet Sarah Hill. Sarah Hill is a junior at Barrington High School. She's a hard worker with mostly A's and B's. She recently passed her driver's test and wants a car. However, her parents refuse to buy her a car unless she pays over half of it. How could she possibly afford a car if she has no money or source of income? Now it's a lazy Sunday afternoon and she's scrolling the day away through Instagram when an ad pops up for a company named Post Jobs. She clicks on the ad, scrolls through a website, and decides to sign up. Later that day, she gets an email from John Smith that the KEEP program is hiring.
So here's our demo, and the first page you see is the front page here. And for both the students and the employers, there's a sign-up feature, which is free for each account is free for them to set up. And it's very easy and fast to do for them because one of our main points is being user-friendly and speedy. So the next slide here is an example of what the students will see when they're looking through to find jobs. Here's a box office cashier example where it has all the information of the job, the description of the job, the necessities, the pay, and the location. It's very easy and in-depth for them to understand. Then here they can put in all their important social information and something that they can share with the employer so that they can contact them about getting the job or meeting. The next page here is for the employers to post or schedule a meeting with students or any part-time workers looking for a job. They can just set up here easy. It's a payment per post for them, but it's pretty easy to set up. Here's the scheduling tab where they can schedule a meeting with each other to go over more information, to understand what they need, the requirements, or they can set up a hiring date or just a job interview.
So our main user is high school students, specifically students ages 16 through 19, because those are the students that are eligible to have a job. And these students will be the ones that are on the website searching and looking for the jobs that will be posted by our customer, which is the employers. Specifically employers that have companies such as retail, fast food chains, just jobs that high school students would work at. Then one of our direct competitors is Yolobi, which is a fairly recent website, and this website finds training and opportunities for high school students in the Chicagoland area. And the reason this is direct is because it's targeting the same customer segment as us, but what this website lacks is it isn't employment specific, so our website was specifically just for jobs. And then two of our indirect competitors are Indeed and Monster. These are two fairly well-known job board websites, but what makes ours different is that we're only targeting high school students, and these websites both have a very wide range of jobs that high schoolers are not eligible for, so it makes it easier for the employers to find the high school students that they need to work their jobs and the students to find the jobs that they need. So our website will be very user-friendly. The student will easily be able to go on, search for jobs that they are interested in, and the employer will also easily be able to post a job and have hundreds of high schoolers view that job listing. It will be very quick for both the student and the employer, and there are many opportunities because the student will have the opportunity to get a job that they either need or want, and the employer will be able to get a hire.
To reach our customers, we are going to go about this in a few different strategies. For our part-time workers side of our customer segment, specifically students from Barrington, Palatine, and from high school, we will be attacking this via Instagram. For our employer side of our customer segment, we will be continuing to send them emails with a link to our website and continue to call them. So our employers will pay $100 for our service, and for us, one unit is one job listing on our website. $125 is the price employers will pay if they want their name to be listed higher up on our website, meaning they would get more views from potential part-time employers. We determine these numbers through our interviews. and by investigating our competitors. So Indeed charges $100 per month, and that is their standard price, while Monster charges $400 per posting. Through our interviews, we learned that our companies would much rather pay per posting than a monthly fee. Our cost per goods sold is $3.20. We got this number through the PayPal method, which takes 2.9% of our unit price, in our case $100, and adds an additional 30 cents. We get this number reduced from our salary every time an employer uses a credit card. So according to the Labor Bureau of Statistics, the national recruitment market worldwide is $200 billion. Although we are starting very local in just the Palatine and Barrington area, we hope to expand much larger. Our serviceable addressable market is $330,000. We got this number by first doing a Google search and counting the number of part-time jobs available in Barrington and Palatine. We got a total of 1,100 jobs. From there, we multiplied our unit price of $100 and then multiplied those two by 3. The number 3 came from our interviews as well. From these, we learned that our employers typically hire between 3 to 5 times in a year. We intend to reach all 1,100 jobs, but we know not all of them will see our emails or even respond. Our market share revenue is $66,000. We got this number by taking our unit price of 100 and multiplying that by 660, which is our projected units sold. Our market share percent is 20%. We got this again through our interviews because of the 30 companies we interviewed, 6 said they would be willing to do this with us to give us a percent of 20%. Our gross profit is $63,888. We got this number by taking our first year revenue and subtracting our COGS from this. We multiplied $3.20 by 660 to get $2,112. From there, we subtracted that from $66,000 to get our gross profit of $63,888. And now then we'll talk about our MVP.
For MVP, we're going to be testing our customer segment and our revenue streams. For our customer segment, we're going to be asking students if they would prefer email or text updates and how often they would want their updates. For our employers, we're going to be asking them if they would want our website to be more of a job board with a list of jobs where students can get a lot of views and see a lot of job opportunities, or if they would want a specific matching service where we would match the employers with a specific student right away. For revenue streams, we have an initial price of $100, which we're going to be asking employees if they would be willing to pay more or less than that. For our key metrics, we will be measuring our success by the number of jobs filled, sign-ups, employers, emails collected, and meetings scheduled. Our ultimate goal is to have 350 sign-ups, 15 job postings, and 9 jobs filled by May. For our marketing tactics, we will be using Instagram to advertise towards students to get them to sign up on our website, and we'll be using business cards and emails for employers to start scheduling meetings so we can get them signed up on our website. For our timeline, the first 2 weeks we want to set up our website and start collecting emails from students and employers. For the 3rd week, we will be marketing to both customer segments by physically going into businesses and trying to communicate with them, and also advertising on Instagram to students. And then for the following weeks, we want to actually meet with employers and get information to sign them up on our website and start posting jobs, and then advertising our website to students so that they can view the jobs. And then we want to keep repeating that until we reach our goals. Finally, for our funding request, we are asking for $110 for our marketing, which includes Instagram and business cards. For our website, we're asking $100, which is monthly, or it's divided monthly, but it's just $100 in total. And then after that, we're asking $50 for an extra month of our website and for additional marketing. In total, we're asking for $260. Post jobs, the quickest and easiest job board in town. Thank you for listening.
You had a goal of 350 businesses that you want to sign up?
No, 350 students and people interested in part-time to
How
sign up.
many businesses?
I'm thinking 15.
Our goal is 50,
Yeah.
yes. And then we want to match 9 jobs.
Yeah.
So this is a really simple business.
and a really needed business, right? So you have a bunch of high school kids that probably don't know, how to go to Indeed and find a job, and maybe are a little bit, not terribly aggressive about going and knocking on doors to say, hey, you're hiring, are you hiring? And you have a bunch of employers that don't know how to connect with the student. I would encourage you to think about removing all the technology out of your business model because of the following. It's really, really expensive to build it, and you're constantly going to need to be, it's called a two-sided business model, building your customers and building your students at a proportionate amount. You can eventually get there, but let me give you an idea of maybe what you do for the first year, and then how you resurrect it, bringing technology into the solution once you fix it manually. And there's 5 of you. So what you may want to do is turn yourself into a classic staffing company, where 3 of you, your job is to go knock on doors and say, hey, are you hiring any students? I'm a Barrington High School student, and I got a ton of friends. I can help find the right person for you. Now, there's a fee for our services. I'm a recruiter, and the fee is $50 or $100 for a placement, and that maybe, I don't know, we'll test about what the price is. And then 2 of you recruit high school students. Hey, you want to go through an interview? Tell me about what you're looking for. Let me interview you. What do you like? What do you don't like? Let me get a profile of you. And you literally, when you find somebody that has a job order, like a client needing one, you find the person for it and match it up. You do a one-to-one matching. You say, oh, that'll be $50. That'll be $50. And once you get enough critical mass, you can then say, hey, let's automate this process and let's figure out what we do, but we validated whether or not customers are willing to pay for it and whether or not you have students that you're being able to connect jobs with. That might be a way to test the MVP in a really inexpensive way. You still may need a website to just say who we are and what we do. It's kind of like an electronic brochure, but it's not where the matching is taking place. It's not where, oh, I'm looking to see the person and I'm picking it. You guys do that. You guys, like, it's called a concierge MVP if you haven't read about it. Like, there might be technology that makes it look like it's happening, but really what's happening is you're getting a job order and you're going to find people to fill it. And you'll have an open list. Oh, we're working on these 12 job orders, and the recruiters will go out and say, yeah, I got these 12 job orders. Does that make sense?
Yes. Thank you.
You may not agree with it, and if you don't, fine, it's just an idea, but I would approach it through manual approach first.
I would agree. I think the website costs, you're going to be surprised at how quickly that's going to blow up with what you want to do from a functionality standpoint. It's pretty expensive. I think when you first just Google it and when you do a cursory overview, it seems like it's really inexpensive. But all the things that you want to do, that'll add up really quickly. I think it's a great idea, and I would almost approach it from, you walk into a business and say, I've got a reserve of 100 students and I have their resumes. Do you want access to these students so you can fill those jobs? So really making almost like a vault of all those students and all those people who are looking for jobs and saying, I can help you fill that posting as a concierge.
It is a great idea because really you can, once you start getting experience in this, you can really take it to a much higher level with real businesses because, I run a business and we're right now looking for 5 or 6 people, and I probably pay $120,000 to find those 5 or 6 people. Think of what opportunity you have there to move up the ladder a little bit and get into something beyond high school.
Organizationally or tactically, you can use free software, Google, right? You can create a Google survey, Google Forms, so that you can track the 20 students that you might pick up in the next month. So that way it's not just on little slips of paper. They can fill out all the important information, contact their interests, their particular skill set, if you
For
will.
sure, yeah,
You
like
could
don't,
do that for the students and then do a whole different Google survey for the businesses. So you can track what's their company name, how many jobs are they looking to fill, and what's the nature of the job. So that you've got a database, and that makes it sound like it's a database, but it's just Google. It's just simple forms that are not difficult to make.
the other proposition that you're making to the employer in this side is you don't pay me unless I find a person for you. Like, this is
There you
a
go.
contingent,
Yeah.
it's called headhunting, okay, in the
Which is a
staffing
big
space.
industry.
And it's really a big industry. And there's different forms of it. Some is retainer, like you pay me no matter what, and I'll find a person, but you gotta pay me to work. And others contingent, and you could just propose this as a contingent, like you don't pay me unless I find somebody, and you don't charge the student at all. Somebody will give you the opportunity to say, you mean to tell me you're gonna go find a student for me, and only if I like them, and only if they start, I'm gonna pay you $50, yeah, I'll do that. Now the name Post Jobs you might need to pivot on that, because that sounds like posting of jobs, right? It sounds websitey. It could be student hunters instead of headhunters. It could be, that maybe is a little too provocative. Yeah, hunters, maybe not good. I don't know, we're brainstorming, right? Now, that whole idea of going away from technology is a very activity-based business model. And in your MVP, what we would want to see is, here's how many sales calls I went on. Here's what my conversion rate of how many people gave me job orders. Of the job orders, here's how many people I submitted. Of the people I submitted, here's how many people that showed up for the interview. Of the people that showed up, here's how many hires I made. And you'll see it go right down, and you'll have all of these things you can do at each level to influence those conversion rates. But it's a different business than technology, the way you're solving it through technology.
So name-wise too, you may be more in the realm of hire right, as opposed to post jobs. Post jobs kind of sounds like you kind of have to wait. Really want to get to the end benefit of let's get this job filled.
And in the name, try to come up with students.
Yeah.
That's your niche, and it's a really big need. The employers don't know how to talk to students, and students don't know how to get a job, especially in Barrington.
Yeah.
There might be a few in this room that do it, but not enough. And it's really good work experience. Like, you guys should work, and it's awesome, and you'll learn a lot. Not just to pay for half of the car that you had. No, that was the other pitch, right?
No, this one.
Did you guys have half the car?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
I mean, that's a great motivator incentive. And Michael's right, the pain point for students is the hunt for a job. A lot of students will gladly work, just don't make you look for one. You're solving that problem.
Some of the things you could also do is have a unique way that you assess the student. Like, we have this special test, profile, or way that you capture information that's kind of valuable to the employer. It has to be legal, by the way. You can't, like, employment laws is, who's your mentor? Oh, you got a star. She literally an author of a book on this, right? She's like authored a book on headhunting. Say no more. You just listen to what Eleanor says, and you'll be fine.
I think a value proposition, like a really good one for you guys, is that it's impossible for a large global company to match a local high school with the employers that employ those high schoolers without having a local connection. So if you can have this, be a template that then other, this is a long way forward, but other local high schools or that, because there really is, it's impossible to vet a single high school with students available for that local employee base. And, it's likely that hiring local is more reliable, there's less turnover for the company doing the hiring and everything.
Yeah.
So being able to make that match and, that's the value I think we provide to the local.
And it could be as simple as a couple quotes that each of your student recruiters has to get from a teacher or coach, just to give, some quality of the kind of person. This is a reliable person, blah, blah, blah.
Last comment. This is beyond the MVP, but what I would think you may want to do in this business is everything you do in Barrington, put like a little recipe together for it, like a process, and document it about, here's how we recruit, here's how we get job orders, here's what we call ourselves, here's how we train our recruiters, here's how we train our salespeople, here's the processes that we have. Because one way to grow this business is to then franchise it to other high school kids around the country and say, you want to start a business in high school and be a recruiter and work, buy our franchise. We figured it out. Here's how you do it. We'll come and we'll train you, and they pay you a royalty around that. In the staffing business, there are a ton of franchises that do just that. Like, Express Personnel and Kelly Services and Manpower. Some of them are not all franchised, but the same model exists.
Which is brilliant, because in a student setting, most high schools have got business clubs, whether it's DECA or FBLA or whatever, and this is a franchise model you could sell or have a membership to, so that the high school down the road, their business club buys this franchise, and it's a to-do.
We could also, we're in 290 high schools, and there's 15,000 kids taking this class in high school right now. Some of them won't get funded, but would love in their second year to buy a franchise of this if you guys, button it up and make it tidy and marketable. So as you build the business, think about it being scalable in that way.
We need a number.
What are you asking?
260. Did we say we don't need a website?
Yeah, I would probably not do a website and take the money though and use it to figure out maybe an assessment tool for recruiting or a way to a leave behind at all the businesses you go on. Like this is a cold calling game, and it's a leave behind to say, call us, and it'll have initially if you're bootstrapped, it's literally have your cell phone number and a way for you then to text you or, hey, I have a job order, or wanting to move forward with this, or.
So
And
260?
then a little bit of energy towards what Margarita was saying about a way to capture the job order and a way to capture the information. That's in Google Docs, or you can do it through a CRM.
So that's 260?
Yeah.
We're good? Okay, thanks.